I'm honored to be visit today at the commencement from one of the fine universities in the world. Truth be told, I never graduated from college. This is closest I've gotten to college graduation. Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it, no big deal, just 3 stories. The first story is about connecting the dots. I dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months, but that's then when I dropped in for another 18 months or so before I really quit. So why did I drop out? It started before I was born. My biological mother was a young, only college graduate student, and she decided to put me in for adoption. She felt that it's known that I should be adopted by a college graduate. So everything was all set for me to be adopted both by a lawyer and his wife. Except that when I popped out, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, who were on a waiting list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, "We're gonna expect a baby boy. Do you want him?" They said, "Of course." My biological mother found out later that my mother had college and that my father had never graduated from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption paper. She only relented a few months later when my parents promised that I someday go to college. And 17 years later, I did go to college. But I naively chose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford, and all of my working class parents' savings would be spent on my college tuition. After 6 months, I could see the value in it. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and no idea how college was going to figure it out. And here, I was spending all of the money my parents had saved their entire life. So I decided to drop out and trust that it will work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the required classes that didn't interest me, and begging, jumping, and on the bus that looked interesting. It wasn't all romantic. I didn't have a dorm room, so I slept on the floor in friend's room. I returned coupons for the 5 cent deposit to buy food with, and I walked the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get 1 good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it, and much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and the tuition turned out to be priceless later on. Let me give you one example. Reed College at that time offered perhaps the best calligraphy instruction in the country. Throughout the campus, every poster, every label on every wall was beautifully hand calligraphed. Because I dropped out and didn't have to take normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class to learn how to do this. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about 1 square typographic grade. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle. In a way that science can capture, and I found it fascinating. And none of this had even a hope of any practical application in my life. But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me. And we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. If I never jumped in on a single course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces or proportional space fonts, and since Windows just copied the Mac, it's likely that the personal computer would have done. If I never dropped out, I would have never dropped in on this calligraphy class, and personal computer might not have the wonderful typography that they do. Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward, when I was in college. But it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Okay, you can't connect the dots looking forwards, you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your God, destiny, life, karma, or whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all the difference in my life. My second story is about love and loss. I was lucky. I found what I love to do all in life. Once I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just 2 offices in the garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finance equation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30, and then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? Well, as Apple grew, we hired someone who I thought was very talented to run the company with me. And for the first year, all things went well, but then our vision of the future began to diverge, and eventually we were falling out. When we did, our board of directors sided with him. So sorry, I was out, and let it public out. Where did the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for few months. I felt that I let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down, that I dropped the baton as it was being passed to me. I met with David Packard about noise and tried to pose up for a screen of battery. I was a very public failure, and I thought about running away from the valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did. The turn of events at Apple had not changed one bit. I grew exactly, but I was still loved, and so I decided to start over. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing could have happened to me. The happiness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again and learning about everything. In feeling me under one of the most great periods of my life. During the next 5 years, I started a company named Next, another company named Pixar. I fell in love with a major woman who would become my wife. Pixar wanted to create the world's first computer animated feature film, Toy Story, and is now the most successful animation studio in the world. In a remarkable turn of events, Apple bought Next. I returned to Apple, and the technology we developed next is the heart of Apple's current renaissance. I love Ren and I have a wonderful family together. I'm pretty sure none of this ever happened if I hadn't been fired from Apple. It was awful tasting medicine, but I guess the patient needed it. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love, and that is such your work, and that is as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fit a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like in a great relationship, it just gets better and better as years go along. So keep looking until you find it. Don't settle. My third story is about death. When I was 17, I read a quote that went something like, "If you live each day as if it was the last, someday you must not only be right." It made an impression on me. And since then, for the past 30 years, I look in the mirror every morning and ask myself, if today were the last day of my life, what I want to do, what I'm about to do today, and whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important I've been trying to make the big choices in life, because almost everything, all external expectation or pride or fear of mass moral failure, these things just fall away in the face of that. Living only what is truly important, remember that you're going to die, is the best way I know. To avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose, you have to let it naked. There is no reason not to follow your heart. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning, and a colorectal tumor on my pancreas. I didn't even know what a pancreas was. The doctors told me this was almost certainly a type of cancer that is incurable, and that I should expect to live no longer than 3 to 6 months. My doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. It means to try to tell your kids everything. You thought you'd have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up. Everything is buttoned up. So that it is as easy as possible for the family. It means to say your goodbyes. I lived with the diagnosis all day. On later that evening, I had a biopsy. When they stuck an endoscope down my throat, through my stomach and into my intestines, put a needle into my pancreas and got a fusing from the tumor on I was sedated. But my wife, who was there, told me that when viewed the cells under a microscope, the doctor started crying, because it turned out to be a very rare form of pancreatic cancer that was curable with surgery. I had the surgery, and I'm fine now. This was the causes I put the faith in this, and I hope it's the causes I get from film of decades. Having lived through it, I cannot say this to you with a bit more certainly, that when death was a useful but poorly integrated concept, no one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet, Death is a destination we all share. No one has ever escaped it, and that is as should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. As life-change agent, it clears out the old to make way for the new. Right now, the new is you, but someday, not too long from now, you will gradually become the old and will clear the way. Sorry to be so dramatic, but it is quite true. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the result of other people thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your own inner voice, and most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. This somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called the Whole Earth Catalog, which was one of the Bibles of my generation. It was created by a fellow named Stuart Brand, not for fame in Menlo Park, and it brought it to life with its poetic touch. This was in the late 60s, before personal computers and desktop publishing, so it was all made with typewriters, scissors, and Polaroid cameras. It was sold to my Google in paperback form 35 years before Google came along. It was idealistic and overflowing with the tools with great notion. Stuart and his team brought several issues of the quarter of catalog, and then, when it run its course, they brought a final issue. It was the mid-17th, and now was her age. On the back cover of their final issue was a photograph of an early morning country road. The card you might find us hitchhiking on, if it was adventurous. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed out. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I've always wished that for myself. And now, as I graduate to beginning new, I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you very much.